Have you ever seen a champion that didn't have fucking champion level coaches and trainers and teachers?
Like Michael Jordan, you know, he didn't win it. He couldn't win a championship. Even with Phil Jackson, right? He had Phil Jackson, so he went and got another coach to help him with his training, a dude named Tim Grover. And Tim started training him to get his body stronger. He wasn't strong, he kept getting beat by the Pistons. Arguably one of the best athletes of all times, he still needed his team coach and an additional coach to finally win. Then that same guy, Tim Grover, went on and coached Kobe. Tim to train him, and then Kobe won 5 championships, right? These are two of the best athletes in the world. They play basketball better than all of us do anything, right? And they still couldn't win without a coach. How the fuck can we expect us to succeed without a coach if two of the best athletes of all time can't do it without a coach?
But for me, it's really been about getting to my thought processes and understanding the root cause of why I take the actions that I do, and then being able to change those actions for greater outcomes. Surprisingly, though, it hasn't been the financial outcomes, but the increases into my happiness, my overall life fulfillment, decrease in anxiety, increase in confidence. It's been amazing.
You know, another common thought, some people think, you know, I'll study on my own. I'll do my own research.
Do that.
Dallas did too. How's that work out? Yeah. We've been talking about that.
Yeah, that's exciting, man. You're in for I don't know. It's going to be
The fucking heavens are gonna marvel at your fucking epic failure.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a fucking epic inspiration to the galaxy of what not to do with human life.
Yeah. We're gonna.
If you try to learn everything by yourself, you're gonna be an inspiration to the galaxy of what not to do with a human life. For how to be an abject failure. I never saw a rich person that had broke mentors.
Nah.
You ever seen a wealthy person with broke mentors?
Nah.
You ever seen a successful person with unsuccessful mentors?
Nah.
I never seen that.
I never seen a successful person without mentors.
I haven't either. You know what? You met my business partner and good friend of mine. He's done some real estate projects with me. Not my partner in this business, but in my real estate business. And you know, he played in the NFL. He was a national champion athlete. He won. You know, he's got like 8 rings. He's got a whole box full of rings. Of, you know, champion and team MVP, etc. And you know, he's very well accomplished in sports. And I asked him about this. I have other friends, a couple in the UFC, and you know, you work with professional athletes, and
for sure
in the past and some in the present. You know, so you know, in my experience with professional athletes, I ask them this all the time. Every time I meet a new one, I ask them this question. I say, "You ever seen somebody holding that fucking trophy above their head in the universal sign of victory? When they're holding that fucking trophy above their head, when they got that fucking UFC belt around their fucking waist with their arms held high in the sky, you know, arms up to the heavens, and the universal sign of winning, the universal sign of victory. Have you ever seen a champion that didn't have fucking champion level coaches and trainers and teachers? They always say no.
Yeah,
they always say no.
100% of them have it. In fact, you know, we're both from Chicago. Like Michael Jordan, you know, he didn't win it. He couldn't win a championship, right? Even with Phil Jackson, right? He had Phil Jackson, so he went and got another coach to help him with his training, a dude named Tim Grover. And Tim started training him to get his body stronger. He wasn't strong. He kept getting beat by the Pistons, the Detroit Pistons. And then he had a coach. Now this is a world-class athlete, you know, arguably one of the best athletes of all times. He still needed his team coach and an additional coach to finally win, right? Then that same guy, Tim Grover, went on and coached Kobe. Kobe was struggling to win. He couldn't win a championship, even with Phil Jackson, right? Then Kobe hired Tim to train him, and then Kobe won 5 championships, right? These are two of the best athletes in the world. You know what I'm saying? Ever. They play basketball better than all of us do anything, right? And they still couldn't win without a coach. How the fuck can we expect us to succeed without a coach if two of the best athletes of all time can't do it without a coach?
One of the best athletes, you know, 2 of the best athletes of all time.
All time.
5-time champion Kobe Bryant, rest in peace Kobe. 6-time champion Michael Jordan. What up, Michael? Chicago, Chi-Town homie. Look, if fucking Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant needed those coaches, if my friend with his box full of rings, he had, you know, fantastic trainers and coaches. That's what it takes, man. I knew that early in life. I was lucky enough to not be so dumb to not understand that early on. Like, that's why I went for training at the best business school in the world.
It only makes sense.
That's why I went for training with, 100 millionaires, billionaires, multi-billionaires, Nobel Prize winners. I didn't want to hang out with some asshole that taught whatever class. I wanted to hang out with people that they were world renowned for what they teach.
That's why I came to you when I was ready to get into the market. That's why I came to you, because I was like, I'm not going to try to figure this out on my own, and I'm fucking smart. I already made millions.
And got a business degree, multi-millionaire, making money serious in your business all the time. You made enough money in your business, you ain't got to conduct the business unless you felt like it.
Yeah. And I still didn't want to go out without a coach, without a mentor in this arena,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what smart people do, Why would you fumble around in the dark? If you were in a dark cave fumbling around, and meanwhile you got friends there, people that care about you, they got lanterns, they got torches, they got flares. They say, follow us this way, come here, come with us. Here's a lantern, here's a flare, here's a torch, here's a flashlight, come with us. We're going over here. The exit's right over here. And there's a fucking juicy steak or some carrots. If you happen to be a vegan capitalist, then there's a fucking raw carrot waiting outside for you. You ever seen a raw carrot in a cave?
No.
I haven't either. Or a juicy steak for that matter. But if you got people that are trying to fucking show you the way, take the path, man. Take the path. Don't be so crazy to think I'm gonna figure it out by myself. I'm gonna get better outcomes. Here's what Warren Buffett says about this. He says, when you buy an index fund, you can't buy an index fund and outperform the market.
No,
you can't. He says diversification may preserve wealth, but concentration builds wealth. You have to have concentrated positions in stocks that you're very confident about, and you can't be confident unless you understand how to make those decisions. Until you could do, technical analysis, until you can analyze the market psychology, understand what's happening with other asset classes, you're not going to have that confidence. You're doomed to have fucking underperformance or mediocre performance at best, unless you understand these things.
You know why they tell most people to just buy an index fund? Because most people are fucking losers.
Yeah.
Most people are losers, right? So it's like, it's the safest thing for a loser to do.
They get an average return, perfectly average.
If a loser can be average, then that's above average for him, right? You know what I'm saying? True. That's an improvement for the loser.
True.
But the winners want, above average performance. Above average people want above average returns.
True. Yeah. Now, if you're a loser, there's no losers left in here.
Nah, the losers have gone a long time ago.
The losers are gone. We got a winning team remaining. The winners are remaining. But, if you're a loser, a person who is a loser, just what you said, Brandon, is perfectly right. If you're a dumbass loser, you'd be better to get a average return.
Yeah.
The smartest thing a loser could do is go get a 50th percentile return. But if you're above the 50th percentile, what everybody here is, if you're above that 50th percentile, why would you ever settle for, that'd be a below average return for you. It's less than you're capable of.
Yeah.
Why would you ever settle for less than your potential?
You know what? I have a separate account, separate brokerage account, separate than mine, where I put the real money, and it's for my son. He's 3, and I buy the index fund for him, right? Because he's a fucking baby. Yeah. He's got 100 years or something to let that shit grow and compound, so it'll be fine by the time he's an adult. That's a long time, right?
20 extra years of compounding.
Yeah, he's a fucking baby, right? So if you want to get the same return as a fucking baby, this kid can barely run.
He's starting earlier. He's gonna get better returns.
He's gonna get better returns, but he's a baby, right? I like to believe you guys can do better than a baby.
I think you can.
Charlie
Munger is Warren Buffett's business partner and a man that I have tremendous respect for. Charlie says the idea of excess diversification is madness. Wide diversification, which necessarily includes investments in mediocre businesses, only guarantees ordinary results. And again, if for a fool, it'd be wise for a fool to get a mediocre return. He's doing above average for him. But for you people here, that you've decided to stand out. You decided to be the winners of the world. There's no reason you'd ever settle for that mediocre return.
Nah, chill out.
If you didn't like this video, please feel free to unfollow. My clients and I celebrate when the wrong person leaves our lives. But if you did like this video, if you're a person that's dedicated to success, dedicated to a better life, make sure you like and subscribe. I have a lot more to share with you. I look forward to seeing you at one of my live events in the future or as a client on one of my paid mentoring programs.